This video is about what is the hidden cause behind every illness and every challenge we face in our life and how to overcome it. And the clip which is going to follow, I will explain from my perspective about this topic, and I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. When we are not letting the life flow freely through us, when we are not surrendering to the flow of life, and that is happening because we are attached to our memory, and we are attached to a lot of thoughts and emotions, and we consider to be our identity, and we limit ourselves like that. And due to this, life is not able to flow freely through us, because of which we face issues and challenges in our life, and a lot of emotional turmoil happens as a result of that, which we hold on to, and this in turn takes the form of diseases, which comes eventually in our physical body and becomes an illness. So in this video I would like to talk about how to overcome any illness or any disease or any challenge in our life. So first of all, I would start off by saying that the cause, like first of all, even before that, I would like to say that we are human beings, like all of us are human beings having this experience of being a human, and we are not enlightened beings, we are human beings, and that is why we live in this world. We perceive things the way we do, and we exist in the state, like our state of consciousness is in duality. We go through light and dark, we have good and bad, we experience things as joyful and sad, we go through a range of emotions which has two sides of it. And the reason for this is, as I said, we are not enlightened beings, although that is our essence, but we haven't we are not living from that space, because we are attached to, as in we are, I mean the mind is attached to the memory. We think we are our memories, and we are our body, and the thoughts and emotions and beliefs and ideas we have of ourselves, we think we are that, and that is what is limiting us. And because of this limitation, which is actually self created, is the origin of all issues, challenges, and even disease and illnesses we encounter in our life. So, what I would like to speak about in this video about this topic is that how to overcome when something is troubling us in our life, for example, any illness which is at the final stage of its manifestation, an illness which is in the physical body. It means that it has finally reached into the most gross dense form, which is the physical body, as its origin is in the more subtle forms, which are thoughts and emotions. And when we hold on to thoughts and emotions, and we think it is us, we become like we embody that thought and emotion as, and make it part of our being. And when we do that, that is making every thought and emotion carries some energy, and if that energy is causing us, like bringing us down, it is causing any blockage in our life, so that energy will go on to manifest itself slowly over time in a more dense and gross form, which will form an illness in the body. For example, if and it's not necessarily true for everyone, I'm just saying an example, that if, for example, I think that I should speak less. Someone may have told me in my childhood that you speak a lot, you should keep quiet and speak less. And if that thought that I should speak less, I hold on to that thought, and whatever emotion is involved with that thought, which might be of feeling rejected or being suppressed, when I hold on to that thought of not, that I should not speak more, that thought and that emotion is carrying some energy. and I'm holding on to that energy, and as a result that energy will manifest in the physical form over time, and maybe it eventually may arise in my throat, and it may cause some illness in the throat, maybe thyroid, as research by other therapists has concluded that a lot of times thyroid is actually because of not expressing yourself, which is also like the energy healers will say it's the throat chakra getting blocked, which is exactly the same thing that I am also speaking about. So, the way to let go of that and how to overcome these issues and challenges and the illnesses is what this video is about. And moreover, going to the root cause of it, which is, in my opinion, all of these things, the root cause of all the issues and challenges and illnesses is lying in our mind, because the mind is the tool, first of all, which held on to those emotions and thoughts and identified with those emotions and thoughts and made it part of our being. And how to let go of that is the process for that I am working with is by using hypnotherapy, which is essentially accessing the deeper areas of your mind. And by doing so, you will go back to the memory of which you think is part of you. You go back to the memory, you go back to those thoughts and emotions at the time when you downloaded that as part of you, you held on to the mind will regress to that particular time when this event happened, that particular thought and emotion came into your consciousness, and you got attached to it and carried on from that point onwards in your life. We go back in the mind to that particular moment and experience that emotion, look at that thought from another perspective, let it express, let those feelings be expressed, and look at that thought and then let it go, like consciously letting it go and deciding that it is not serving you anymore. So that's why you are letting go of that thought and emotion. And the only way to let go of any thought and emotion, particularly the emotion, is by letting it get expressed. Because if you do not express it, if you ignore it and think, okay, no, now I decide that I will not let that emotion affect me anymore in my life, but it is not expressed, it will stay there because it is still suppressed and still somewhere held on to by you. By you looking at it and letting it get expressed through you, and then saying goodbye to that emotion and move on in your life, is the way to let go of the thought and emotion, so that that particular energy blockage created by those emotions and thoughts is not affecting you in your life anymore. Yeah, so basically, behind any kind of illness in our physical body, there is a root cause for it, and the root cause is always some thought and emotion or belief or a combination of all of those, which happened sometime in the past, and we are attached to it, and we are somehow holding on to it. It may not be consciously holding on to it, because consciously we are in the present, but subconsciously we are always like the past is always being carried on with us. And that is why I say that we are human beings. This is what we tend to do, and we are not enlightened beings who do not have any attachment to their memory and their thoughts and emotions and ideas. And that is why the way to progress beyond these issues and challenges, the only way for that is by merging into the being, from the human going to the being. And when you are being, there is no you, there is no you and me, there is no duality, there is no problem, no issue or challenge or no disease that will be yours anymore, because you are one with everything, and you will not be holding on to anything, because there is no you, there is just infinity. Yeah, I don't know, I think I'm getting a little off topic here, but I think this is also very important and I need to express this, as in my opinion the highest healing is taking place by realizing your true self, by realizing who you are. The self realization or enlightenment or awakening or whatever you want to call it is the ultimate healing, because after that all issues, challenges, whatever, like, I cannot even describe this, because again I am a human being, and all of us have glimpses of being in touch with the being rather than the human or the doing or our character. But once we get in touch with that, that's where all the beauty arises from, and that's where all the healing comes from. And one more thing I would like to say in this video is that there is one book I highly recommend everyone should read, called Dying to Be Me by Anita Moorjani. I think it's a wonderful book, and I think everyone should read it. It's a really nice book. I highly recommend. And I don't know if I have anything else to say, but anyway, if there is, I will make another video, and I'll see you next time. And thank you for watching very much. And I would like to see your comments. And if there is any suggestion or anything you would like to share with me, please do comment. I would love to see your comments. Thank you for watching. See you next time.